Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is intermediate English speaking practice, right? So this video is mostly for students whose level is about intermediate and upper intermediate. Yeah, and so we're going to talk about learning English. Good. So learning English. And actually this video lesson is full of useful phrases and grammar structures for higher levels, not for beginners. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm at a loss. So I'm at a loss means I don't know what to do. Actually, or in fact, I don't know exactly, or I don't know for sure how to learn English effectively. So how to learn English so that I can have a fantastic result. Well, so a very common word here in spoken English. This problem is familiar to me. So this problem is familiar to me means I know this problem pretty well. In fact, or actually, I have vast experience or great experience, and I could share it with you. And I could tell you, I could tell you about it, share it with you. And I also hope that you'll share this video with your friends on YouTube and in social networks. Yeah, good, a good beginning indeed. Okay, so if I really knew how to improve my English greatly and fast, so it's it's called the second conditional, so it's an imaginary situation. So in fact, I don't know it, and so I use if plus past simple. If I really knew how to improve my English greatly and fast, I would feel another way. I would feel another way, or I would feel differently, much more positive. So, do you know what your weak and strong points are? So weak and strong points. So some maybe pluses and minuses, in your knowledge, So what's your learning English background? So it means what's your story of learning English? So what skills do you have? What experience do you have? So where did you learn English? How did you learn English? So we call it, English background, And I think that you know how we form the second conditional. We form it this way. So if plus past simple, then you have would or could plus verb, So if plus past simple, so if I really knew how to improve my English greatly and fast, I would feel another way, And what are your weak and strong points? So normally we ask it this way. So what are your weak and strong points? But if you look at this question, you see that there is another word order here. So what your weak and strong points are. So first you have a subject, and then you have an auxiliary verb. It's are. So because it's an indirect question, so if you have something before a question, so you use the correct word order. So first you have a subject, and then you have an auxiliary verb, or then you have a verb. Okay, so story or experience, you're talking about our background. Good. Well, to cut a long story short, or shortly, it's a very good phrase or idiom. To cut a long story short, so I prefer to be short, or I prefer to be brief. I have tried lots of, or a lot of, that lots of is very common in spoken English, in English conversation, and it's more informal, So I've tried lots of different methods. To my huge disappointment, it means that I really, feel disappointed. I really feel bitterly disappointed maybe. I feel dissatisfied. It means that I'm not satisfied at all. I'm not satisfied at all. So and I think that you need to pay attention to the following phrases. Look, to say it shortly, or to say it briefly, or shortly speaking, briefly speaking, you can also use them instead of to cut a long story short, And you see that we use present perfect if there is a connection with the present, So, and as I have already said, so you can say I'm not satisfied at all, or I'm not fully satisfied. I'm not fully satisfied, so I don't have this feeling of satisfaction. Good. So what is next? I'd like to point out, yeah, a nice phrase. I'd like to point out, or I'd like to say that I haven't broken down the language barrier yet. So we say break down, yeah, a certain barrier, break down a barrier, the language barrier yet. And to be frank, or to be honest, yeah, so we use present perfect here. We have to use present perfect here because of yet. So it tells us, yes, this word, this time marker tells us that we need to use present perfect. Yeah, we use mostly yet in negative sentences, and we put it at the end of the sentence. Okay, so to be frank or to be honest, it means that I want to be frank with you, I want to be honest with you, I'm not going to hide anything, yeah, or I'm not going to lie. So my grammar leaves a lot to be desired. It means that my grammar so isn't perfect, is very far from being perfect. So desired means that no, this level isn't desirable, so other people don't want it to have this level, so the same level as mine, so leaves a lot to be desired. It means I have big problems with my grammar. Yeah, of course, you know, you can say I'd like to say, but I'd like to point out, you know, just I would say it's a more advanced phrase. It's actually it relates to more advanced vocabulary. So I'd like to say, or I'd like to mention that, so just one more alternative for you. I'd like to mention that. So you can say break down or overcome the language barrier. Good. Okay, so please don't give up, so please don't stop, yeah? We'll sort it out, so we'll solve this problem. So as far as I understand, or as far as I know, it means that I have this level of understanding, I have this level of knowledge. You need to overcome the language barrier as well as enlarging your vocabulary. So as well as means that you also need to do this second thing. So you need to first you need to overcome the language barrier, and so the second thing is that you also need to enlarge your vocabulary, and we say as well as doing something, so as well as enlarging your vocabulary. You also feel the necessity to get rid of mistakes. So feel the necessity means that it's also necessary for you to get rid of mistakes, so to speak without them, yeah, to speak without them, not to make them at all. Yeah, and so it's also important to use phrasal verbs if you want to have, if you want, you know, to sound actually better like native speakers maybe. So I give up tennis, it means I stopped playing tennis, and we can say get or be depressed. Yeah, so I'll sort out this problem, or I'll solve this problem. Large, yeah, it's an adjective, and enlarge is a verb. So I can say I want to enlarge my vocabulary, I want to widen my vocabulary, I want to enrich my vocabulary. So it's necessary or it's unnecessary, two opposite words. Yeah, I feel ashamed of my mistakes. So ashamed of, it means it's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame. Yeah. Say shame on you, it's a shame. I often feel so awkward or uncomfortable, I can't stand it. It implies I can't bear it or I hate it. You're absolutely right. I try to avoid doing mistakes, yeah, but without success. Oh, it's a mistake again. I should have said making mistakes, yeah. So right, we say avoid doing something, so verb plus ing. But, you know, I know that most students know this rule that we have to say make a mistake or make mistakes, but anyway they continue saying doing mistakes. Of course, it's a mistake, so avoid making mistakes, but without success, so unsuccessfully. Oh, it's a mistake again. I should have said making mistakes. So if you want to use should in the past, you need to use should have plus the third form, or should have plus past participle. What a shame, yeah, really. Awkwardly, should have plus past participle. It's what I was talking about. Next, so actually there is no need to worry, yeah, as we say, yeah, don't worry, be happy. We just need to spot our problems, or to see our problems, to find our problems, and set clear goals, and have clear goals so that you turn your minuses into pluses. Turn into, so you had some minuses, or you have some minuses, so let's make pluses out of them. Yeah, and let's turn our advantages into disadvantages. Really, let's be stronger. So advantages, good things which we have. Advantages, so what is advantages? So it's about good things which we have, and disadvantages, it's about bad things which we have, so maybe negative things. Yeah, and spot mistakes. Yeah, turn into is a phrasal verb, and so that. So we can use present simple with the structure. So that you turn your minuses into pluses, and you can also use future simple and or can. For example, so that your minuses can turn into pluses, so that you can turn your minuses into pluses, or so that you will turn your minuses into pluses. So there are three different alternatives actually, and so you can say just with present simple, with can, and with future simple. Okay, good. So absolutely, it means of course, I agree, I'm absolutely convinced, so I'm absolutely sure, a nice phrase, that learning English online on the channel English Galaxy and on the channel English Professionally, so you know that we have actually not just one channel, just actually our main channel is English Professionally. Yeah, it can be a perfect way out of this situation. You just need to watch more videos, not just videos, but video courses, do it regularly, and success will come. Yeah, and you'll smile one day, and you'll be fully satisfied with your amazing result and really outstanding results. So I'm absolutely sure. And a lot is said and too little is done. It's passive voice. It means people say a lot of things and they do little, so it often happens this way. And you also know that there is too much injustice in this world. Yeah, so right, injustice may be unfair things, unfair situations, so maybe things which you don't consider and you don't consider these things right or correct. And on the contrary, these videos are worth watching. So on the contrary, it means so it's the opposite story. So it's a good idea to watch these videos of video courses. These videos are worth watching, and I come to the conclusion again and again to this conclusion. So there are amazing videos on this channel, and I won't deny it. I won't say no. Anyway, we need to continue this conversation. Yeah. So we talked about passive voice. So it can be in present simple if we use am, is, are plus past participle, and here a lot is said. So why actually do we use is? Because a lot means it is, so a lot is said. And you see that this book, this lesson is worth reading, is worth watching. So it's a good idea to watch, to watch this lesson, to read this book. Good. Yeah, and it's obvious, it's clear. So the more English speaking and listening practice, the better. It's this, we call the structure the more the better. For example, the more English speaking practice and more English and listening practice, the better. So the more you study, the better. The more you work, yeah, with enthusiasm, the better. Yeah, the more you actually combine, so you work with the studies, the better. A nice phrase. And the more the better. So really, the more English lessons on this channel, the better. And I think that you'll support the idea of these kind of lessons, which are mostly aimed at at students at intermediate level and high. So really, just pay attention to my words. Actually, look, which are aimed at. We say are aimed at. It means that they focus mostly on these needs. And we say at a level. So students at at this level and high, so at intermediate level and high, so no problem. So I think that it's an absolutely brilliant idea, and you'll actually support it greatly. And I really hope that I can count on your huge support and your great help. But anyway, I wish you good luck and good progress. So, and I really hope that you enjoy, watching these kind of videos. Yeah, you thoroughly enjoy doing it. It's one more collocation. Yeah, just remember it. Thoroughly enjoy. It means you really enjoy it. You greatly enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy watching your videos and channels, And you know, the most important thing for me is the following. So I want you actually to make real progress, and I want you to make it, you know, really fast. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. See you.